Hi, Taylor here from Needle Clankers, and today I thought that I would show you a stitch tutorial. Um, I was working on this for a beach bag and ended up taking it out and going a whole new route with it. But I loved the stitch. It's really dense and squishy. And I just used a 4-weight yarn. You can use whatever yarn you want to make this. This is just what I'm using. But it is puff stitch done like the moss stitch. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't really have a name for it. I know these are puff stitches and I'm doing it like you would the moss stitch. And yeah, I really like it. It doesn't stretch. It stays put. For demonstration purposes, I carried my yarn instead of cutting every time, and you can see here what it looks like. But if you're going to be making something with this and not just a swatch, then you're going to want to cut the yarn every row and hide your ends. That way it leaves a clean finish, because to me, I would not be able to deal with that if I was making an item. Okay, and let's see. It is in multiples of 2. I took and made a chain of 31. Oh, my bad. I was thinking working in flat, but I'm working in round here, so I did 30. And I took and joined it at the chain, didn't twist my chain, and then I did a single crochet row so that it would be easier to do these. If you don't want to do a single crochet row, that's all up to you. It's in multiples of 2. You can do this flat, but to me it doesn't look as good as in the round, but that's all in your opinion. This is my opinion. So let's go ahead and I will show you how to do this. I'm going to drop my coral color and pick up my white, because I've been using white in between each color. Now I'm going to chain 1 to lock that in so the white don't go anywhere, and then I'm going to skip this stitch here. And I'm going to pull these 2 apart and go in between the stitches and pick up this stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the stitch, the white stitch from the previous row, and pull up a loop. Alright, let's zoom in a little bit here so you can see what I'm doing. Now you want to do this 3 times total. So this is 1. Let's go ahead and yarn over and insert our hook into this stitch here and pull up a loop. One more time, yarn over, insert our hook, and pull up a loop. Now you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops. You're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through all but 1 loop. You're going to leave that loop there. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through both loops. Now we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip this stitch, and we're going to take and pull these 2 stitches apart and go here into this stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into this stitch, pull up a loop, and you want to make sure you go over this chain 1 here whenever you're working. Make sure you go over it. Now we want to do that 3 times. That's 1 time. So yarn over, insert hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all but 1. You're going to have 1 left on your hook, and then the one that you just pulled through, yarn over and pull through both. Chain 1, skip this one and pull these apart, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch from the previous row, and pull up a loop. And you're going to do this all the way around, and we'll meet back up. Alright, now I have one stitch left here. I'm going to pull that. Now here is where you would slip stitch to the top of this white, snip your yarn and hide your end, and keep going. Change it to the next color. But because I am carrying my colors, I am going to pull that stitch out, find my blue here. There's my blue, and I'm going to insert my hook into that white stitch, drop my white, pick up my blue, and pull through. And then chain one to lock that stitch in. And then you would just skip this stitch here and go into here and pick up this coral stitch, and you do that all the way around. One, oops, sorry, 2, 3, oh, nope, 3, like that, chain one, and then go to the next one, and you do that all the way around. Now you can carry your yarn, and because it's in the round, it's going to be on the inside. And if you're making a bag, you can line the bag and nobody will ever see those carries or whatever you call them. All they'll see is the pretty side. But I wanted to show y'all how to make that. As of right now, I don't have a name for it. I've never seen anybody else do it. So if you have, leave a link in the comment section. I'd love to see it. I'm not taking credit for somebody else's work, at least not on purpose. So if you've seen this, let me know. I just thought it was a really pretty stitch. But yeah. Anyways, y'all have a nice day.